Sometimes I wonder, like, why do we keep going? But then you have to keep going.
Once you start, you can't stop.
Everything's on rails.
I got 2 little ghost friends. I can't show you this. It's too embarrassing. That's not happening. We just can't afford that or justify it. It's not in our renovation budget whatsoever. Today is going to be the homiest and coziest and realest of family home renovation vlogs. It's early in the morning. We've been up since about 5:30, 6 a.m. and we're about to start the chaotic getting ready for the school run and huge to-do list for the day. But I'm sitting here having a bit of a slow moment, trying to be as mindful as I can. I'm sure every single one of you watching this is aware of what's happening in the world at the moment. What a privilege it is to be able to sit and have a cup of coffee and to listen to your children playing, knowing they're safe, having a roof over your head. Maybe you're renting it, maybe the bank owns it. The bank sure owns my roof. Gratitude and mindfulness are really important during times when we as a people are all, hurting on behalf of others. Did someone do a poo-poo?
Yeah. Good morning.
You can do it on this blanket. This little boy wants to carve the pumpkin before school. So that's what we're gonna do. So do you remember last year when we put a face in the pumpkin?
Yeah.
Now move the feet over there. No, hands away. This is not like a butter knife. This is a very sharp knife.
I don't like the seeds. No.
It's okay. You can spoon them out.
Yes. Why is it not working? I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
The seeds come now with spoons.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
They are. Any Blippy lovers out there? We've got a Blippy toy in Smith's toy shop.
You can move it.
Oh yeah? You can move it all around. Now you put that tea light in there.
We did it.
Dun-dun-dun.
It's my friend.
Is your friend?
Yeah.
That? Isn't this the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? The pattern on it, I love. We just found this in Tesco, but she loves it. It's so snug. And she's gotten a lot better at having naps in here. Often she'll fall asleep on the walk home from preschool. What, honey?
I drank that in school yesterday.
You drank that yesterday? Yeah, that's your other bottle. Now, here you go, Mr. Schoolboy. It's cold, so you need a scarf.
No, I don't want.
Well, you have to wear a scarf.
No!
Look at my man on an ice rink. Do you remember that? The wet bandits are walking the children to school. We're the sticky bandits.
This is one of those shots.
These shots are so stupid. Have some friendly voices in the background, some vlogs. I'm just going to pause, but I'm just going through emails and messages. My management need updated stats from me for my Instagram because my reels are going so viral. It's crazy. Views wise, we're talking like 8 million, 1 million, 700,000, 500,000 from 2 days ago, nearly 800,000, 3 million, 200,000, like they've all been doing so well. And I'm trying to process that because it brings with it an awful lot of like messages from new people. And I think that means I deserve to update these nails. They're growing out like mad. But yeah, no, if you've been over there supporting my reels in any way, thank you so much, because I said a couple months ago I was going to like throw a load of stuff at walls on reels to see what would stick, what would be my thing, what would I enjoy the most, what would people enjoy the most. It's exciting, but it's also like, it's given me a bit of anxiety. I'm going to talk to my therapist about that in a little bit. Before I get ready, I'm going to do my co-pilot workout. One of my socks is on inside out. Please forgive me.
People don't think you're making this up.
That's what he's telling me to do. 10 seconds left. We only started back with the weights very recently because my trainer Jill has been like really easing me into this. And I'm finding 10 seconds so hard to lift these teeny little dumbbells. 4.5 kg each. Big step up. Okay, baby is asleep. Thomas is out the back helping his dad to put the new roof onto our shed. And it looks so ridiculously good. It's casting this gorgeous red glow into the house, like bouncing light into the house. The house feels so much brighter. That'll be on later, so we'll go out and have a look at that later. I think possibly the windows are going to arrive today as well. But yeah, so I've showered, I have straightened my hair, and I am in the first of probably several outfit changes because Thomas has a transatlantic work trip this weekend, so I'll be alone with the kids. I won't be able to work for a few days, so today is a shoot day. Tomorrow and the next day are for edits and posts and stuff. I've an interview to do. I'm just throwing some of this in my hair. This is rosemary mint daily styling creme infused with biotin. Encourages hair growth. I really like this brand. I've been using their oil as well to help my hair grow back after the postpartum hair loss. Yeah, I'm just gonna get ready. Yeah, another reason why I won't be able to do like literally any work at all while Thomas is gone is because we are throwing my dad like a surprise 60th birthday party on Saturday. He is moving into his house, which is next door, attached onto our house very soon. We'll show you all the updates on that today as well. He actually turned 60 today. If you have any birthday messages for him, please comment them and I'll make sure he reads them. Today we have to go get balloons. I'm organising a cake. It's all systems are go. But yeah, that is this weekend too. And I just want to have like a couple of things ready to post. I do tend to batch make reels content, and the great thing with it is I can definitely like batch plan it. With my YouTube channel, I've never really done that. So many of my creator friends will record their entire month of YouTube videos in like a day or a couple of days, and yeah, I've never been like that well organized, but also I like my videos to be reflective of like when they were filmed, so I like time passing between them and stuff. But with reels, it's very bite-sized and it's much quicker, and what I'm kind of doing over on reels isn't necessarily like documenting time passing. It's a bit more general than that, so I can batch do them, which is really cool. And I love kind of sitting down and brainstorming ideas. I have a huge list in my phone of ones that I want to make. So this outfit is for the reason I'm looking a bit Wednesday Addams. I'm doing a Halloween costumes reel because I have had some pretty badass Halloween costumes over the years, let us be honest. And I was trying to think, how can I beat those other amazing costumes? And I wanted to do one that involves the whole family. So myself, my husband, the 2 kids and my dad. And of course we are going with the Addams family. I am going to be Morticia, Thomas will be Gomez, my son will be Pugsley, my daughter will be Wednesday, and my dad will be Uncle Fester. Also want to finish planning and shoot one about bisexuality representation in movies, although I kind of have a bit more of a specific idea about a scene from Rocky Horror. Yeah, sometimes they kind of just come together as I'm editing and I'm like, oh, this is the way I want to do this one. But yeah, I can't tell you how exciting it is to be having a bit of a viral moment for content that's not all about me. And the comments get quite heated and there's like always like a lot of debate, and I love it. I just love it. Another one I think I want to do today is about introducing my son to Star Wars. But yeah, they're so fun. They're so fun. They're quick to make. And yeah, although they're not about me personally, it's still very anxiety inducing reading people get really passionate and, you know, arguing with each other. Like, even though people are not commenting about me, that's kind of what I just wanted to move away from on Instagram, is like me being the content. Like, even though the comments aren't really about me, it just I still get way too like wrapped up in it. And like, it's just, if you read a comment from someone who's like on, you know, like on the pounce, it just sets off this, like, it just triggers this anxiety reaction in me. So yeah, I really do need to talk to my therapist about how to be coping with this. This is kind of similar to what I've been using. It's the Sheer Cheek Gel Cheek Stain by Pixie. Layering the blush because it just never is as obvious on camera as it is in real life. Speaking of therapy, we have experienced a death recently, which I just don't want to talk about because I will just be sobbing on camera. And yeah, there's other stuff going on that it's just a lot for me. So yeah, while I'm not on the floor right now with my mental health, there's been a lot offline to manage, and that is where I really want to thank BetterHelp. And after I clean my hands, I'm going to tell you about BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. They are sponsoring this section of today's video. So BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service. It's 100% online, and through them you can tap into a network of 30,000 therapists, all licensed and experienced. And this is absolutely unreal if you're from a small enough area like I am, where there are wild waiting lists and it's just really hard to access a variety of therapists regardless of waiting lists. There's just not enough for the amount of people there are here. What have I done? My eyebrow needs therapy. But yeah, think about your real struggles, not makeup. Your real struggles that can help you with so many of those issues. If you need somebody to talk to, if you ever want to get started with them, you just need to answer a few questions first about your needs and your preferences when it comes to therapy. This helps them to match you to the right person. They absolutely nailed my match. I'm dying to speak to my therapist, to be honest. Like, I just love her. She just has such a lovely vibe about her and always lifts me up and helps me work through stuff. I switched to my current therapist from my last one. My last therapist was BetterHelp as well, but I had her during the pandemic and I kind of wanted someone else in my like early parenthood stage, but also, yeah, just I think I just had an association with that time with my last therapist. But BetterHelp make it very easy to switch therapists. This eyebrow is not cooperating today. I have my weekly video chat today, but usually I text my therapist. I just love that with this service you can contact your therapist in a way that's comfortable for you. It's just really convenient to be able to text anytime that works with your own schedule, you know. And having sat on a lot of those uncomfortable chairs over the years, I can promise you from my experience with BetterHelp that they offer the same professionalism and quality that you expect from an in-office therapist, but you're getting someone who's custom picked for you. You're also getting much more flexibility, and it is a more affordable price, especially if you use my 10% off link, which is down below. It's 10% off your whole first month with BetterHelp. And I've put that in the description. Now look, at least I'm not being sponsored by this brow product. What are these eyebrows? Everyone does these floofy eyebrows and I just can't master them. I know a lot of them have, they get like the lamination done. White eyeliner. Yeah. How's the shed looking?
Shed looks very nice.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be done.
Are you enjoying doing your third job? I suppose the kids are your second job.
Kids is the second job. Yeah, building work's the third job. Clocked out at the third job for a little while to do the second job. Tomorrow I have to do the first job.
He's postponed his fourth job, which was doing a degree. So he's pushed that back a year.
Oh yeah, being a student as well, yeah.
He's 1 year left to do. But then because it involves writing a dissertation.
It's an honour.
Today you can do your fifth job, vlogging.
Oh yeah, great.
Right, I've spared you from having to sit through the eye makeup because we're going to talk about some reels tips. About to film one. This is a phone tripod that Thomas got me one day and has saved my life because I used to constantly be trying to shoot reels, obviously you need good lighting. Good lighting is really important. So either you have, you know, an artificial light like this, you have daylight, whatever. So I always felt really limited regarding where I could shoot one, because I would be propping this and putting it just up against something. But now, like with this, it just means I'm getting a nice stable shot and I don't always have to be like holding it and stuff. Another thing I do is I edit my reels in Final Cut Pro. I don't edit them in the Instagram app because it's so glitchy and crap and awkward to use and it stresses me out. I know how to use Final Cut Pro, but I just feel like it's so easy and quick to airdrop files back and forth. So like I'll get clips on my phone, airdrop them over and back, you know, doing different versions. Another thing is I edit to music. So I will pick in advance what song I want to include in a reel or what sound. And I'll usually have it playing on my phone and just screen record it, airdrop that to my computer. And then I can use the audio of that file to like edit to so that shots are changing on the right beats or notes and stuff. And I just think that has really helped them to do really well. Oh yeah, I always shoot my videos in 4K as well. It's just much better. And wipe your lens. Wipe your lens every time before every single thing. Yeah, I'm still wearing my pajama bottoms. This is all for show. Font, I use Proxima Nova semi-bold and I put an outline on it because that used to be the old TikTok font. And it's just really easy to read. Always captions. Captions are so important. Most people watch reels with their audio like off, so it's really, really important. Baby, I still haven't set up my new phone. This is gonna be my last reel on my iPhone 11. I've had this phone for years and years. It has like everything going back to when I had my first baby on it, and I have treated myself to an iPhone 15 because I haven't gotten a new phone in years and years and years. And this is my job, and I was entitled to an upgrade, so I got a lot of money off. So I think I paid 500 odd for this, but I know that this will last me such a long time. I love Apple, even though they're, you know, we don't like to think about where it comes from. The world we live in is awful. Oh, I could just get the first shot here, actually. No, I can't show you this. It's too embarrassing. See, on my work days, Thomas does the cooking. He didn't come up with this, guys. It's HelloFresh.
Don't tell them.
How would you rate my birthday present of a PlayStation 5?
Very good.
Yeah.
Your son's getting great fun now at the moment.
Dad's introducing my child to computer games. I'm delighted about this. I grew up playing computer games. I'm so excited to show him Crash Bandicoot and even just like super retro ones like Mario, Sonic. I was a big gamer when I was younger. Zelda was my jam on toast. And I'm sad I'm not getting to partake in this initial first jump into gaming, but we have a few things to show you. You having fun, baby?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Yeah? So we are going to show you the updates, and hello, someone's up from her second nap. Hi, baby. Let's ignore the reality of renovation and go to the beautiful cottagey shed that we're building. Though it is very windy, maybe I shouldn't be standing out here. The farmer's field out the back has been attacked with the plough. I've got the scaffold in here, but the plaster is going to be going on now soon. But look at them parapet walls.
Yeah.
See the way they poke up the top of the roof, but the roof is steel. This is the inside, and we were showing you a bit of this in the last vlog, and it's come together so quickly. We did manage to find the kind of cottagey windows that I really wanted for an affordable-ish price. Still expensive. I think it was about €730 for the two windows. We're only justifying it because this lovely man and his dad are doing free labour on the building.
What a surprise.
What a surprise.
They're UPVC windows, so they're future-proof, insulated, just in case we decide to, I don't know, turn this into something other than a garage.
A little house. Does anyone want to move in? In here is also plumbed for water It'll have electricity. I'm now really glad that we went ahead with this. We were kind of thinking it would be a bit much when we saw like the planning, the size of it on the planning permission and all, and we were going to make it smaller. But then you can never have too much space to put stuff.
It's better to have the space than be looking for it.
And then for the door, this door is going to be Thomas's great granny's old front door, which his dad has kept all these years. So that's going to be there. That over there will be the gym side.
Presto changeo.
Are you happy the mold's all gone?
The mold is gone and I'm feeling fantastic. Join me in looking at Yellow Pink by Little Green, our saviour of the hour. This is the leftovers of what you're going to see in the Grandad Pad Murphy wing next door. And what's this? This was in the hall originally. An antique from yesteryear. Thanks, previous owners.
So what do you think of the colour I chose?
I love it. I love it.
And what do you think of the floor I chose?
I'm jealous and I wish we chose that floor for our house. It is very dirty now, but just look at it. It's so pretty. And now I do love our floors. This is from the same place, but I just like this better. I think it looks like it's actually old. It looks like the floor in Bag End, how I imagine it in Lord of the Rings. What do you think of the paint?
It's perfect because I chose it.
Neither of us would have ever looked at mustard as a colour for paint, but it's really cosy. And Thomas's mum is after stealing this and putting it in her sitting room. Ooh. Ooh. It's coming along though, isn't it? It's just mental that this wasn't here. Like this was a garage in a shed. I'll see you in 5. So I've organised a woman to come and measure up for shutters. He's going to get shutters, like, you know, those big ones that slide on this door here, because we think it'd be a bit much having curtains here, then curtains there, because his TV wall is going to be here. So he's going to have a big telly on that wall. I think his plan is, so like kitchen is behind where you are right now, and then island here, a couch and a couch. One of them is going to be a pull-out bed, and then art over here, or possibly some shelving. This gorgeous light green is his bedroom colour. The view of the little shed will be out back. Same glorious wooden floor in here, but there's just crap everywhere, because today my father-in-law was putting some handles on these doors. He went with glass paneling to let light flow. This is such a dream come true. I'm so excited for my dad to be turning 60 and to know that in the middle of such a housing crisis in Ireland, he's going to have his own home. Like, no, it's not a mansion, but yes, it is plenty of space for one man. It is so cozy. It is very well insulated, so it's going to be really warm for him, and he'll fully own it, so he's not going to have any worries of a landlord coming along and, you know, going, yeah, I'm buzzing for him to get to do some decorating. Get a little wardrobe over here. Who's this?
Who's this?
Who's joining us?
It's me.
Just call me Handy Andy.
He has to.
Anyone ever used to watch Changing Rooms?
I'd say they're going to wonder why you're shaven as well in these clips.
Because I have to work.
Yeah, Thomas.
I have to earn money to do all the other Handy Andys.
Thomas is on an evening shift today, so yeah, I feel like, well, I hope anyway, that watching this you're getting a picture of what our days entail. Like, every single day is different. Our routine is non-existent. The things that give us structure are the kids, like nap times, meal times, school time. If you were just like a friend asking me, should you undertake something like this, like buy up an old house, do it up, undergo the whole process of like a parent building a house onto the side of it with small children present and living in the house, I'd probably say yes overall, because like I'm obviously so glad, and I feel like it's a big clusterfuck of stuff, and then it'll pay off massively down the line. Like, for our life, it'll be amazing having this all done, and the whole setup. It's just the process of getting to the point where we can just enjoy it is Just feels like it's a long, messy, loud process. Like, I can't tell you how many times there's just been so much noise that, like, I can't get the baby to sleep, so she'll have to sleep, like, on me while I walk around with her while she's sleeping, and then the eldest is trying to, like, wake her up, and it's so mental. The amount of days where we just had, like, you know, workmen would just be showing up and coming in, and, like, I've not been able to walk around in my bra. Like, it's kind of constantly heightened, like, there's stuff happening every day, and there's so much of it. It's just impossible to really document all that with kids while we've got kids.
Yeah. But the thing, like, because sometimes I wonder, like, why do we keep going? But then you have to keep going.
Once you start, you can't stop.
Everything's on rails. The only way for it to end is to find a way through it all. So, like, if you stop, you're just going to lengthen the stress.
Yeah. When we moved in, I was like, oh, we're just going to do one room at a time. And that was our agreement. But just the way things happened, like, the walk-in wardrobe. We've got an update on that. It's another, just sprinkle that in.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so we're in the walk-in wardrobe, and other than the fact that they've built these little tunnels up to the roof, because my dad's roof was obviously attaching onto ours, other than that, nothing has happened yet, however. Now ignore these blue paint samples, that is in fact way too dark. This is what we're going for. This has always been what I've wanted to do in here, to recreate Carrie Bradshaw's iconic wardrobe from Sex and the City, the TV show. Yeah, that blue, it doesn't work. But anyway, that's still the plan. But oh my God, getting quotes for this has been a nightmare. You're like, I want to give you money, and they just won't reply. A lot of people I know are very busy, but just how unreliable some people are, like, oh, I'll ring you later or whatever, and then they just don't. It's just such time wasters. So many. But we found a couple that do really great work, and the problem is, right, one of them was quoting like the guts of 10 grand for painted, like with spray painted moisture resistant MDF, so not even wood, MDF, for like a row here with no doors, mind, just shelving, some drawers, and a row up this side as well. That would be equivalent to what our shed build is costing, and it's just one tiny little room. So that's not happening. We just can't afford that or justify it. It's not in our renovation budget whatsoever. We did find someone though who suggested a material called melamine. So it's like a type of chipboard, but it's a higher quality one. I googled it and it seems fine. Like, if any of you have any experience with melamine as a material in any of your like home reno projects, please let me know how you feel about it. He can get it in a colour. This colour here, it's really similar to the Sex and the City reference pictures. Yeah, but he has to order that in from Poland. And the quote he gave us with that material is half of how much it would cost with the MDF, so like 4,000 something. So we're gonna go with that. Very pricey room, and then we'll have to paint the walls and the skirt in a very similar colour. So we're going to have to try and get a little sample piece of what he's using and then colour match it. Maybe paint the ceiling. We do have new carpet in here. When we got all the other rooms carpeted because of the carpet moth infestation, you might remember. But I do eventually want to put a wooden floor in here like the one in Dad's house next door that he's gone with, because that's the way it is in the Carrie Bradshaw wardrobe, but we don't need to do it all at once. I can't wait to be able to see all of my clothes, just walk in and I can see everything, and things aren't getting hidden down the back of the wardrobe and you just forget you even have it. I will do like a wardrobe organisation decluttering kind of video before Christmas, because this will be getting done in December, this room, which is very exciting. So for the new year, this will be done. And I might start doing even like a reel series where I recreate different looks from different films and shows and stuff like that, using thrifted clothes or using one of those clothes swap services or where you borrow clothes. There's loads of really cool services like that now that I'm really excited about. I'm just excited to get back into clothes because I've been living in pajamas and activewear with the 2 kids being little babies and stuff. But I do feel like I'm starting to kind of come up for air a little bit, which is nice. I feel like when they get to like 12 to 18 months, you start to go, it's like you're opening your eyes from a deep sleep. But yeah, the guy who's going to do in here is cool with the fact that he's going to have to build a box around these circuit breakers. Like, it is quite a mess right now in here. The joys, the joys. We have to collect the 60th birthday balloons for my dad's surprise party and drop them off at my auntie's house. So we have to get a 6 and a 0 in either black or gold. I really hope my auntie's at home, but she's just said to drop them off. I'm gonna have to smuggle a white shirt for him as well because the theme of the party is opera. Opera is the theme. My dad loves opera, and the kind of original plan was that we'd all go to see an opera, but now everyone's going to see the Four Seasons, Vivaldi's Four Seasons. I think I'm gonna wear, do you know the black dress that I wore years ago? Might have been my graduation. This dress here, it's not, I don't know if it'll fit me though, but I'm gonna try that on. Try and squeeze myself into it. The only people going to this party are my dad's siblings, so he has 7 siblings, and then myself and Thomas and the 2 kids. I think my brother is doing something, and a lot of you know I have a sister, Jessie, but my dad is not Jessie's dad. Some people don't realise that. So she's not going to be there, but yeah, it's going to be a small enough thing, but very fun. So I've had some questions about my driving journey. Still no idea when my official test is. So I was down on the list for a test centre in Drogheda that was closed down, and then they put me onto some other, I think Dundalk or something like that. So I still have no date for my driving test, and I've been really nervous about driving with the baby. She seems fine right now, but very often she freaks out in the car and gets very, very upset. It's recently she's been a bit better, but oh my goodness, like as a newborn, she absolutely despised the car, and it gave me a huge amount of anxiety, whereas beforehand I was driving all the time with my son in the back, but it was just something after I had her, I don't know, I just snapped a bit. So in truth, I have not driven in ages. To be fair, I haven't needed to. Like, I'm fine with public transport. We walk a lot, and when Thomas is home, if we need to go somewhere, like, he doesn't mind driving. But I need my full license by next year, so I have about a year, and I need my full license. So I really have to get onto them and figure out what the hold up is, because my son is going to be in big school, and we have his name down in a school that, yeah, I will need to be able to drive there. So yeah, the plan is to book in a couple of lessons with my instructor, who I got on really well with, but just like a couple of refresh lessons, and to just start driving again. Now that with breastfeeding, I can go much longer between feeds with her. Like, sometimes she'll go from one nap to her second nap without a feed during it, like hours and hours. Yeah, with the breastfeeding, I'm kind of like coming to the other side of that tunnel now, where I'm going to have a bit more freedom, and yeah, I can go off for a driving lesson and, you know, not be panicking or worrying that she's going to really need me during that time, because the likelihood is she won't. Ignore my slippers. What if she's not home? So my trousers were literally on backwards there while I was running away with those balloons. It's just what, and I'm wearing these horrible fluffy slippers. I'm just in my mother-in-law's now and I have to answer this phone call. Oh, it's all right. No, I've a good few minutes anyway, so we'll be grand. Do you like the new nails? Dropped into Ruby's salon, Balbriggan. I got 2 little ghost friends, and I can't tell you how much this stupid little ghost cheered me up today. The doom scrolling was getting to me, and I was able to relax for half an hour getting these done, turn my brain off. So, highly recommend. We're just doing the old rage clean of the house, and I wanted to show you this very cute little pottery piece. Some of you may not be into it at all, but it's literally my favourite thing in the world. It's a candle holder. I'm gonna put a little tea light inside it now, but it's from a place called Touch Design Ceramics in Balbriggan, and the guy who made it, his attention to detail is just unreal. This is so cute. This one out, pop this one in, and then I can tell my son that it's home to a little house fairy. And look, she's home, she has the light on. So I've come back outside. Thomas has just gone to work, so he's up there somewhere, and the window lads came and put in our windows. Now, I can't take off any of this shite, so you're not getting the full effect right now. The reason I can't take it off is because the plastering isn't done and the windows might get a bit wrecked, but they're red, and yeah, they're little sash windows. I am so excited for the plaster to be done, so it's all going to be white. It'll be like an old little style cottage, and I have to show you the plant pot that Thomas originally saw that basically inspired this shed. We went back to the shop and they still had it on the shelf, and we bought it. Oh God. So a few hours have gone by. The new claws really have lifted my spirits. It's mad when something so little can have such a big effect. Same as this over here. Thomas and I are rewatching American Horror Story. We've started with season 1, but when he's away with work or working late shifts, I'm watching Hotel. Obviously, no kids. Kids are asleep. I have the baby monitor here just for my 9-month-old. My 3-year-old is grand, sleeping in by himself. He just doesn't wake up. But yeah, we did bath time, had dinner. I put my baby girl to sleep while he was watching Luca on Disney Plus. But yeah, I've been just out here having some dark chocolate, reading through comments and messages on Instagram, trying to get caught up with world events, which is actually really hard to do when you've got small kids, especially with a situation like what's happening right now, where there's videos popping up on my feed, graphic, horrifying images and videos that I don't want my son to see. Even setting that aside, I try really hard to not be on my phone when I'm with my kids, unless they're completely occupied in doing something and they can't see that I'm on it. I don't know if you guys have seen about the mask experiment that they did with babies, but basically they took babies and their mothers into rooms, and they had the mothers just be normal with their babies, engaging with them, reacting to them, responding to them, doing baby talk with them. And then they make the mothers just go, they're like, oh, cuckoo. Just deadpan, just the way we are when we're looking at our phones. Say this is my phone. If I'm scrolling through Instagram, my face looks like this. And if you have a baby or a kid trying to get your attention while you're scrolling your phone, it's just really bad for them. And there's a lot of stuff coming out about this now, and a lot more psychologists and sociologists and scientists talking about the effects of parental phone use around kids. And obviously we all are going to have to use our devices sometimes, but it's just about being mindful of it. We're all guilty of it, and realizing I'm getting way too wrapped up on this, and my baby or my child is right there. So I have rules around that, when I can and can't use it and stuff. So yeah, I don't always get to be completely up to date with what's happened until nighttime, which is a time where I'm trying to wind my brain down for bed, because when I have seen something that's very stressful or anxiety induced, and I find it harder to sleep. And my therapist has advised me not to look at that stuff late in the day before bed. But it's really hard not to. So anyway, before I go and take my makeup off and try and fall asleep before 10, because I am giving myself the bit of extra time at night now to stay up. You know, I was going to bed at 8 p.m. or whatever when my baby was going to sleep for ages. And when I was pregnant with her, because I just had to. I couldn't function if I didn't go to bed at that time because I was being woken so much at night. Whereas now, like, she might feed once or twice during the night. I barely notice it, and she sleeps through till about 5:30, 6 in the morning. So I'm grand generally, like I can function like this. But yeah, still I want to be asleep by 10. So before we go in, I just wanted to ask you about how you'd feel about us having a film club, like a movie club, as a community. And I wanted to ask is where you would prefer that I do it, what way you would like to see me go about it. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, but now especially that my reels to do it, like movies, pop culture, like now that they're doing well, like I just feel like it's time. In my part 1 video of the living room renovation of like this side of the room that I put up, I mentioned about how I had all my DVDs are stored in those presses. And I think it was in that video, or it was in another one that I mentioned, I wanted to do like a DVD collection video. Or that was it Thomas was suggesting I should do a DVD collection video. And my friend Hannah Witten, who used my watch as well on here, but she was just like, you should do that DVD collection video. I would watch that, because I was saying to her, like, I just want to talk more about the things that I'm interested in online and not just motherhood. And I want to be making content less often that's just about me and my day-to-day life. I still want to do it, and when I do it, do a video in this kind of style, and I want to do these semi-regularly still, because it's nice to keep up with you, and it's a way for us to feel a bit more connected, and you can kind of check in on where my life is at, and you can let me know where you're at down in the comments. Please do comment how things are going for you. I love reading your comments so much. But yeah, I wanted to, lean a bit more into my love of storytelling. I write novels. I love reading novels. I love watching movies. I love watching shows and deconstructing them through conversations. And I love listening to podcasts about them. And a film club would be pretty enjoyable. And options for a film club is like, I don't know, I think there's a YouTube membership thing, but I could just do it on Instagram stories, or I could set up a Facebook group. Like, I don't know what is the best way to do this. Maybe a monthly Instagram live. I never have really gotten into doing Instagram lives. For a really long time, I was considering setting up a Patreon. And then I was thinking, could I do this through Patreon, so it would literally only be like a very small bunch of us, and I could dedicate more time to it and have it be a real proper thing. I don't know where it would be, maybe an interactive live, like for an hour once a month. But then I don't know about doing the whole Patreon thing. Like, if I was going to do that, I would do less sponsorships. But then I asked you on Instagram stories, and a lot of you said you prefer all of my content being free to access, and it was like 90-something% of you said you don't mind sponsorships as long as all of my stuff was free. But then there were those of you who see the value in Patreon, because I would want to use Patreon to fund more creative projects, like bigger projects, like more short films, which I haven't done in ages. Maybe another novel, because an advance for a novel is just isn't enough to cover how much time and energy and love you pour into it. It just doesn't. It's not enough. Like, writing both my novels, I had to turn down quite a lot of big paying jobs to fit in the time. So it's like financially a net loss. And I think between my 3 books across all formats, like paperback, audiobooks, all of it, I've sold about 30,000 copies. But that doesn't, like, if you add in, say, when there's ebook deals where it's like €1, it's not like that was a big money making thing. It's very much something you do as a passion project. And I want to write another novel. I just know that I can't do it with a small baby. Like, writing glass houses near killed me. And that was just with one kid, not with 2 small kids. I just can't do it. But I want to work toward maybe starting that next year. So Patreon is like a maybe. I'd like to know how you feel about Patreon down below. Do you support anyone through Patreon? Have you had bad experiences with it where you have supported someone and you've not been happy with what you've gotten in return through the Patreon? A film club where we all watch a movie together and then we all want to talk about it. I wouldn't want to just be babbling incoherently. Like, maybe I should really formulate my opinions and make a really well edited video, and then you guys all reply back and I reply back to you, and like in that sense then Patreon would make more sense. I don't know if I should or how I should go about this. I just thought it would be really interesting because a lot of my followers seem to like similar things to me. I am rambling. Also, my phone light is really highlighting how shiny my face has gotten over the course of the day, and I can see myself in the viewfinder and I look like I could fry chips on my face. So I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna go clean my face, I'm gonna go cuddle my baby. I love sleeping beside her so much. But I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like it. It really helps with the algorithm. And yeah, as I said, check in with me below and I'll see you again in another video very soon. Yeah, take it away, Annie. We're in for a bumpy ride.